Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the studio. Now, how are you all today? Is everyone having a good time? What about you lot? Are the A-team having a good time today?
Yes, we are having a fantastic time today. Thanks for good night last night. We woke up this morning feeling refreshed. We had breakfast and now we're going to see the world again. See you later.
Great! Well, that's good to hear, isn't it, everybody? And what about you, JR? Are you having fun?
Am I having fun? Yes, of course. Yes, I am having fun. Thank you for asking.
Well, that's marvellous, isn't it? We're all here and we're all having a good day. Great! Well then, in that case, there's only one thing left to do, isn't there? Animals, assemble! Now, animals, you all know the drill. So today, I'm not even going to tell you what you already know. You've been drilled in this so many times that you know it backwards. Gusti, you know what we expect from you. Margot, you know what you have to not do. And Nigel, friendly, hairy Nige. Nige, you know the plan, so get with it. Thank you, animals. And now, well, let's get stuck in. Now, today's Monday. You all know that. But who can remember what we looked at last week? What did we look at last lesson? Can anyone remember? Yes, that's right, Sergeant Salami. Last lesson, we saw the Benchfields, didn't we? And what were they doing? They were getting ready to go shopping, weren't they? Yes, that's right. Last lesson, we saw that Alfredo and the kids were going to the supermarket to do the shopping. Tim was being uncooperative as usual, but Alfredo was trying to write a shopping list with the help of his children. Alfredo's shopping list wasn't very successful, was it? I mean, normally when I write a shopping list, I try to write down everything that we need. I check the cupboards and the fridge to see what food we need. I check the cupboard under the sink to see what cleaning stuff we need. You know, liquids to clean the flat with, stuff for washing the floor, stuff for cleaning the bathroom, all the normal household chemicals that people use. But Alfredo was irritated by Tim, wasn't he? Tim wasn't very helpful or cooperative. So finally, eventually, Alfredo told everyone to get into the car. Alfredo told all the kids to get into the car and they went to the supermarket. Alfredo decided that it was easier to work out what they needed when they got to the supermarket. Even if they buy something that they don't need at the moment, they can always store it somewhere until they do need it, can't they? Yes, of course they can. Okay, so let's just think about the conversation that we heard between the members of the Benchfield family last lesson. Let's just think about some of the language that they used. Think about the first question that Alfredo asked Doreen. He asked her, Doreen, do we have any rice? Now, we all know what rice is, don't we? Yes. Rice is a type of food. People in Asia eat a lot of rice, like the rice in this bowl. Okay, so that's rice. We all know that. But what about the rest of the question? Alfredo asked if there was any rice. Any. Do we have any rice? And what about Doreen's reply? Well, after Doreen looked in the cupboard, she replied, yes, we've got some rice in the cupboard. After that, Alfredo wanted to know about the breakfast cereal situation. And Doreen's answer featured the word some again. Well, there's some breakfast cereal. So, let's have a look at those two words, shall we? Let's have a look at some and any. We use some and any in a similar way to the way we use the indefinite article. Now, who remembers what the indefinite article is? That's right. The indefinite article is just the official word for or un. We use and un to mean one when we're speaking about countable singular nouns. We all remember that, don't we? I think we all do, but let's just see a couple of examples to make sure that everyone's on track. I've got a football. Alfredo works in a bank. There's a strange woman standing at the door. Okay, so in those examples, we can see that we use the indefinite article to mean one thing or one person. I've got a football means the same as I've got one football. But it's more normal to use the indefinite article. Alfredo works in a bank. One of the many millions of banks in the world. There's a strange woman. How many strange women? One. A strange woman. Now, we also know that the indefinite article comes in two forms, don't we? We use for nouns which begin with a consonant, and we use un for nouns which begin with a vowel. You all remember the difference between vowels and consonants, don't you? There are 5 vowels in the English language: A, E, I, O, and U. All the other letters in the alphabet are consonants. Okay, that's the basic rule. But a while ago, I told you about times when we don't pay attention to the first letter of the word, but instead we pay attention to the sound of the word, how the word is pronounced. If, for example, we look at the words our, university, and European, then we can see that we should say a hour, an university, and an European. But we don't, do we? No. With these words, the sound of the word, the pronunciation is the key. Because we never pronounce the H at the beginning of our, the word sounds like it starts with an O, not an H. So, we use un. The same way we would use un in front of a noun which begins with a vowel. So, in the same way that we say an aardvark, an eel, an iguana, an octopus, and now, that's difficult. I can't think of an animal which begins with the letter U. Okay, let's forget the animals and say an umbrella. We also use un, not when the word sounds like it starts with a vowel, not a consonant. The word hour sounds like it starts with an O, not an H. So we say an hour, not a hour. If we're talking about a bicycle with only one wheel, then we're talking about a unicycle, not an unicycle, because the word sounds like it starts with a y sound, which means that it sounds like it starts with a consonant, either J or Y. Now, the same thing also happens in the other direction too. So when we're talking about someone going to university to study, then we talk about them going to a university, not to an university. Because although the word university starts with a vowel, in the same way as unicycle, when we pronounce the word, it's pronounced as though it begins with a consonant. It's that y sound again, isn't it? The same thing is also true of the adjective European. Because it sounds like the first letter is a consonant, we don't say an European, we say a European. Now, one thing which we didn't look at last time, at least I don't think we looked at it, is what happens when we use the indefinite article with other parts of speech. We saw what happens when we use the indefinite article with nouns. But in that last example, we also saw what happens when you use the indefinite article with adjectives. European is an adjective, but the rules about which form of the indefinite article we use with it are exactly the same as the rules for using the indefinite article with nouns. It's very simple, isn't it? The only area where we might get a little bit confused is when we're using an adjective and a noun together. What happens then? What happens if the noun begins with a consonant and the adjective begins with a vowel? Or it sounds like it begins with a vowel? Well, this is easy too. The word which follows the article is the thing to concentrate on. If that's a noun, fine, we know what to do. I've got a computer. We use a because the word computer begins with a consonant and the sound is also a consonant sound. If we put a modifier in front of the noun, if we put an adjective in front of the noun, something which modifies or changes the noun, then this new word, this modifier, this adjective, for example, becomes the focus of our attention. If the adjective we're using also starts with a consonant, like the noun computer, then nothing changes. I've got a new computer. The adjective new starts with a consonant and sounds like it starts with a consonant. So we use the indefinite article a. The same way that we used the indefinite article a when we were just talking about my computer, when there was no modifying adjective in the sentence. So in this sentence, the word that follows the indefinite article starts with the same sound, a consonant sound, as the noun in the sentence. And this means that we don't have to worry about the indefinite article. It was in the first sentence, and now, with a modifying adjective which also has a consonant sound, it's still But if the modifying adjective is different, if the adjective starts with a vowel or sounds like it starts with a vowel, then the indefinite article has to reflect that. So, if the adjective we're using is the color orange, then the indefinite article can't stay as it has to change to un. But, oh, baked beans! We're out of time. Yes, I'm afraid that we're out of time. Oh well, never mind. Remember what the French say about having no eyebrows. That's right, no regrets. Okay, so I'll leave you for now, and tomorrow we'll start the lesson with another quick look at the way we make sure that we have agreement between the indefinite article and the word which comes after it. Okay? All right then. Have another coffee and then get ready for the evening. Hopefully you've got something special planned, yes? No? Well, if you've got something planned, I hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't got something planned, I also hope you enjoy your evening. I'll see you later. Have fun. Bye.